Hello, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel. Do you ever think about inspiration? Inspiration is a great thing. It energizes you. It stimulates you. It provides you with a sense of purpose. I think sometimes inspiration can just land upon us without us doing much of anything. Those times are great. Inspiration hits and we get motivated, we get moving, and it's on. We know what to do and we know how to do it. But I have found that in my life, I can't just wait for inspiration to hit. If I want to be inspired, I have to do my part to receive inspiration. One secret I learned years ago was that water inspires me, especially the seaside, but also lakes, waterfalls, ponds. We have a reservoir just north of us, and it has one particular overlook. I've driven there many times over the years to look out over the water, to look toward the horizon. It's soothing to my soul. My mind clears. My emotions settle down. My thinking becomes clear. And inspiration arrives. All when I look out over the water. I have another place that provides this same result. It's an overlook of the mighty Mississippi River. It's located in the Vicksburg National Military Park. This location inspires me as it gets my imagination going. Who has floated down this river? When did the first folks travel down this way? What were they thinking of this vast new land? Yes, I'm attracted to areas that have history attached to them. And I find that I'm attracted to most waterways. Over 30 years ago, we were spending vacation time in Destin. After a full day on the beach with the kids, and later the grandkids, after a wonderful seafood supper, oh my goodness, how wonderful, I would go back to the beach alone, and I would walk up and down as the waves covered my feet. During those years, I was feeling God calling to me, feeling my heart almost leave my body. But for what, I did not know. I would pray, and I would pause to look over the waves. I would look to the horizon, trying to see past, trying to see into my future. I dreamed, I hoped, I kept my eyes open for my next step in life, in service to the Lord. I was waiting for something that I did not know. I just knew that it was God leading me and that He was preparing me. I remember a song that was popular back then, Be the One. I will spare you by not singing that chorus, but here are the lyrics. Will you be the one to answer to His call? Will you stand when those around you fall? Will you be the one to take His light into a darkened world? Tell me, will you be the one? Oh, I listened to that over and over and over again. I knew I would answer His call. I just didn't realize then how dark the world was that He was calling me into. Prison is a dark place. There are times when I get back to the car in the parking lot, and I asked God, what am I to do with what I heard, or what I saw, or what I experienced? All I can do is give it to Him. I'm writing a book these days on conflict resolution. I was inspired to write this book late last year. I was teaching a class on conflict resolution in the prison. It's a good book. It gives the how-tos in resolving conflict. But my thoughts were going back to the why behind conflict resolution. I checked many resources, but could not find what I was looking for. So, my book is in the making, or maybe I should say, in the writing. I printed out copies of the cover design that my granddaughter has created for the book. I have one on my kitchen cabinet. I have one on the chest in front of my bed. I have one in my Bible, all to inspire me to keep this topic before my eyes and in my thinking. Yesterday, before I left for the prison, I put my hand on the one in the kitchen. As I drove to the prison, I got a download in my thinking for the book. As soon as I drove into the prison parking lot, I pulled out a notebook and I wrote down what I had received. Last night, I inserted this information into my book draft. If you do not write it down, those things that come to you by revelation knowledge, you'll lose them. In Mark's Gospel, chapter 4, Jesus talks about seed sown. Some of that seed is received, but the enemy comes and takes it away. When inspiration lands upon you, you want to hold on to it, so write it down. Another place to receive inspiration is the reading of stories about the lives of other people who have served God mightily. I've shared the story of Brother Lawrence on this channel before. Reese Howell is another great man, known for intercessory prayer. John G. Lake, Corrie ten Boom, Billy Graham, and many, many others. Each faced difficulties in their lives, but they pressed through to serve God and be an influence in their time. Right now, prison ministry is what I do, along with some life skill teaching to groups after they leave prison. But my heart these days is looking toward a full reentry program. What that looks like, I'm not sure at this time. It's just as God developed prison ministry in me over the years, He can develop reentry in me also. So where do I get inspiration for reentry? I get it from those leaving prison. I see the need. I see men and women leaving prison after serving many years. So often, family and friends have moved on with their lives. The ones leaving prison, they have little knowledge of the changing world into which they are entering. They have no clue how to operate in a world that has become digitally driven. That inspires me to open a home with educational training along with employment opportunities. I see farms and ranches and realize these would be good employment opportunities for those with limited skills. There's nothing quite like getting your hands into the dirt to get you back to basic thinking. I don't think many people realize it, But I believe praise and worship before God can bring inspiration to you. It gets your mind off of you and onto God. It helps you to begin to see with His eyes. And it allows you to see the impossible as possible. You begin to think outside of today's culture. You begin to get a glimpse of eternity. You realize that all things are possible with God. And you can realize that all things are possible with you and God. Great inspiration to find your next step with Him. Inspiration, we can all use it, but sometimes we have to make the effort to find it. Let me know in the comment section what things energize you. What stimulates you to get on the move? What provides purpose for your life? What inspires you? If you're enjoying my videos, do me a favor. Please subscribe and check out each of my playlists when you have a chance. Thank you for watching, and we'll be together again soon.